Hello, I'm Kevin. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick look through how to set up the alarms and reporting with the PEL104. So I've got the PEL connected up to the laptop using the USB cable, and we're going to use the PEL transfer software to have a look at and configure the alarms and report settings for the PEL104. So let's go into this. So on the laptop, we can see we've got the PEL104 connected, we've got a little green tick, and if we go to the settings tab, which is the spanner and screwdriver icon, that'll then open up the settings, and the bits we're looking for on here is the alarm conditions tab. So if we go into alarm conditions, so the alarm conditions tab's opened, and we can now set alarm conditions. So what we can do with the alarms is we've got various quantities that are logged by the PEL, everything from voltage RMS, current, power factor, energy, all these sort of things. So to set up an alarm, a simple alarm, the first one we've got in here is let's just set up an alarm for the voltage limits, the UK voltage limits. If we go for voltage RMS, aggregation will go for 1 second. Now, the options we've got here are less than or equal to, greater than, or greater than or equal to. So we're going to say we want it to alarm if it's less than, and in this case, the threshold in the UK is 216.2. So that's minus 6% off the 230 volt mains voltage. So we'll set that up. If it goes for 5 seconds, so we're looking for a sort of reasonable dip in there, not just a voltage blip, but a dip. And we're actually going to say, please send me an email. So we'll tick the email box on there. And then we can go to the second box on here. We again can pick voltage RMS. And in this case, we'll go for greater than. So if it's greater than, and it's greater than 10%, so in this case, it is 253 volts. So if it goes above 253 volts for, in this case, again, we'll say 5 seconds, it's going to send me an email. So alarm conditions can be configured for anything you want, and they're useful just for monitoring the condition of the installation, but also looking for specific faults or specific characteristics that you're trying to identify over a period of time. Obviously, rather than you as an electrician sitting there for hours with your voltage meter staring at the screen to see if they go outside of the parameters, you can let the PEL do the work for you by setting up alarm conditions, and you'll just get an email as and when those things happen, if they do happen. So we've got the alarm conditions set up there. Now, the next thing we're going to have a look at is the reporting section. So the reporting section is quite powerful. You can get the PEL to actually email you certain details automatically, either daily, weekly, monthly, or even every year. So to go through the configuration with that, we first need to set up an email address. So we just do add, and we can add up to 5 email addresses in here. So if I just do our contact details, so info@chauvin-arnu.co.uk. So we can add in our email address into the recipient's box. And then we can go down and we can say what level of reports do we want. Now we just configured the alarms, so we can actually enable an alarms report. And we can put some text in there if we want. So we can say alarms report. So we know that when we get the email, we've got that alarms report text. But if it was a customer, you could actually put site details. You could say what site the alarm had come from and all sorts of things, maybe instructions, who to call, or if that event's happened, all sorts of things we can put in that box. Now again, we can set the minimum time between alarm reports. So if the condition happens a lot and this thing's going on, maybe you don't want an email every time, so we can set that up. So in here, that's set to 10 minutes. And we can also say, let us know about a few other things. So loss of power altogether, yes. Disconnection of a probe, so if the leads fall off or something again, if the SD card's full, or if it's the end of a recording period. So again, we can notify all of those things, and we can actually just tick those and put those in. Now, if we wanted some other reporting options, say we wanted a report every week, we can go to the weekly report, we can enable that, and again, we can put some text in. And on here, it'll say, what day do you want to send the report? So we can pick, say, a Monday, for example, and what do we want? What information do we actually want sent through to us? So say we wanted a meter reading of the total energy meter every Monday morning. So in this case, we can just untick the various other options. So we've got the partial energy meter in there, and we want EP the total energy readings. So we want the EP plus, we can add. And if we've got exported energy as well, maybe we can go for EP minus. So say we've got solar panels, it'll actually tell us how much energy we've actually exported as well from that sort of thing. So we can add those in. So by adding in those characteristics, that will send us a report of the imported and exported energy once a week and send that to the email address that we've set up. So it's quite easy to go in and configure these reports, and then these reports are, useful. They're just coming through. As long as the PEL's there, connected up and working, these reports will come through. Now there's a few little caveats on here. The reports do need a logging session to be active before you get the reports. So you would need it to be logging. You can't just leave it there without a logging session. So you need to set a logging session going. You also need a remote connection to the IRD server. So the data is sent to the IRD server, and it's the IRD server that sends out the email. So you need an IRD server connection, a relay server connection, which is set up in the communications tab. And also you need an active logging session going. So we can now OK that, and all of those settings will be sent through to the PEL. And there we go. So it's gone through, we've got the alert set up and everything's ready to go. So we'll start receiving our alerts if the voltage goes outside the ranges we set. And also we'll be getting our weekly reports of energy readings popping up on a Monday morning into our email inbox. So you can see this function of alarms, alerts and reports is very useful for remotely monitoring the installation and saving you the time of sitting there monitoring it manually yourself. So you can see from the video why the PEL104 is a really useful tool for electricians. If you'd like more information or you'd like to arrange a product demonstration, please get in touch and we'd be more than happy to arrange that for you. If you've liked the video, please spend a moment to pop down and tick the like button on the channel below. And also, if you want to see more videos like this, please click subscribe. Thank you for watching the video. I'll see you again next time.